With it being holiday season, we wanted to bring you our Toronto Blue Jays off-season wish list. The team is starting to round into form, but with these reinforcements, the Jays should be playing deep into October. We'll bring you that on this episode of Jays Digest. What's up, Jays fans? I'm your host, Peter Vryonis, alongside host Nick Gosse. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy Boxing Day, I guess. This is when you'll be watching this video. So with it being Boxing Day, we wanted to bring you our Christmas wish list for the Toronto Blue Jays. And we wanted to thank you all for helping us hit our 5K subscriber goal by Christmas time. We didn't think we were going to do it, but you guys clutched up on the live stream, and we couldn't be more thankful for all of you.
Yeah, sport's been unbelievable. We'll be going live more often, especially over the next couple weeks. But without further ado, let's get right into it, Peter. And I'm gonna jump into my list first, and then we'll have your list after, and we can kind of discuss each player on our list and what we think. So we have three players each. So I'm gonna pop up. It's three right now. So Andrew Chafin, left-handed relief pitcher. Liam Hendriks, right-handed relief pitcher, and AJ Pollock, didn't put it there, left-handed masher. I guess would be the thing to put there. So. First of all, I guess before I get into some screenshots, what are your thoughts on the list, and do any players jump out at you there before I break down each one?
Well, all of those guys fit a need that we have. So a left-handed reliever. The Jays only have Tim Mesa, who's a reliable lefty in the bullpen. I don't know if you want to add Yusei Kikuchi into that mix, but I won't. So Andrew Chafin, solid guy. You know what you're getting out of him. Doesn't throw incredibly hard, but he gets guys out and he keeps the ball in the ballpark. Solid. Liam Hendriks. I mean, there's not much to say about him. One of the best relievers in all of baseball. And then AJ Pollock, like you said, the guy just mashes against lefties. We have a lot of left-handed hitters in the outfield now. So not something that we could have said a couple weeks earlier, but we do now. And we need a guy that will hit lefties exceptionally well. And AJ Pollock does it, and he does it with power.
Yeah, and let us know in the comments what your thoughts are and what your potential wish list will be. So going to the first player, which is Andrew Chafin. This is Baseball Savant page. He is not a hard thrower, but he does everything else, almost elite. He misses bats. He doesn't get barreled up too often. 30% dollar barrel up. He doesn't get taken for yard too often. Doesn't get hit hard very often. The only thing with him is he lacks velocity, and that's something that we do need more in our pen. But if you're looking at someone to complement Tim Mesa as a lefty, then Chafin would be a solid option. The only issue is his velocity. His velocity isn't there. I don't know if you care about that too much, but the velocity is the main issue with him.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, ideally, you would like a guy to throw a little bit harder coming out of the bullpen, and especially the Jays, they don't have many fireballers in there, so that's why I got one guy on my list in particular. But let's keep going on with
Yeah,
yours here.
let's get into a fireballer now, Liam Hendriks. Now, obviously, acquiring Liam Hendriks would have to be done via trade, which makes this sting a little bit more, but he's elite at almost everything. Unbelievable velocity, unbelievable whiff percentage. Gets barreled up a little bit. Average exit velocity is not great, which is a bit weird, but he throws absolute gas, and he does a lot of things well, and he's he would be the main target for me personally, but again, it would require trade, so I don't know. It's very interesting. I think he is obtainable. Maybe a Santiago Espinal and a couple other prospects for Hendriks. I've seen that floating around, and Hendriks would be the guy, but I'll quickly go into the last one. Let me know your thoughts on Hendriks. I know we made a couple videos on him, but this is the guy who I would not mind seeing them take. This is AJ Pollock, and have a look at those platoon splits versus left-handed pitchers. He had 286 with a 935 OPS. He absolutely mashes. And now with the acquisition of Daulton Varsho, acquiring someone like him is, much more of a need than it was in the past and say at the start of the offseason. So that's my list, and
Yeah.
I would want in order Hendriks number 1, Pollock number 2, and Chafin 3.
Pollock is solid. I mean, the guy is he's battle tested. He's played well in the playoffs before, and like you said, he mashes lefties, and he also plays all three outfield positions. So that's another check in the book for AJ Pollock. I like all of those three, Nick.
Perfect. And I'm excited. Maybe they can make a move from one of these trees. But let's get into your list now. I'll pop it up on the screen for the viewers to see. So, Gregory Soto, left-handed relief pitcher. Pablo Lopez, right-handed starting pitcher. And Robbie Grossman, once again, just a switch-hitting utility guy who hits lefties well. So I'll let you take the floor, and I got some screenshots for you as well.
All right, so Gregory Soto, I mean, a lefty that throws absolute gas, can touch a 101. Who doesn't want that coming out of their bullpen? And we have the luxury where he's got years of control, And the Detroit Tigers aren't going to be good anytime soon, so they have no use for a good bullpen, let alone a bullpen piece like Gregory Soto that can get them back pretty good haul of prospects. So I'd love for them to go after Gregory Soto. If we get him, our bullpen is complete. We don't have to worry about going out and getting anyone else because, I mean, if you look at it, then you have two reliable lefties, you have a fireballer, and you have guys that can get outs up and down that bullpen. So that would be my main guy to go after. The second guy that I would go after is Pablo Lopez because it's been well documented that we have a hole in that fifth spot in the Jays rotation. I don't know if Miami is looking to trade him. I've heard some rumors that they have been floating him around, so I'd be interested in doing the call, making the call, and seeing what it costs to acquire Pablo Lopez and bring him across the border to Toronto. I'd love that. He's a great starting pitcher. You know, he's got years of control left as well. Had a very good first half last year. Tailed off a little bit in the second half, but he's an all-star caliber talent and a perfect 2-3 that'll probably be the fourth man in the Jays rotation if they were to get him. So that would make us one of the deeper pitching staffs in all of baseball. Helps us out a lot, and it buys time for Ricky Tiedemann to develop a little bit more in the minor leagues. And the final guy, it's been well documented. We need a left-handed masher in the outfield, and that's what Robbie Grossman is. He doesn't have the same kind of power that AJ Pollock does, which is why I would probably lean towards Pollock, but we want to give you different names. I don't want to give you the same names that Nick provided with you guys. So I'm going to go with Robbie Grossman here. He's a switch hitter, so that's another check
Mash
in
is
the
lefties.
versatility book. Mashes lefties, though. Not too much power, only one home run, like you see right there. But look at the OPS. What is
879
it?
OPS against
879.
left-handed pitching. It's
Solid.
crazy.
I don't know if you have anything else to say about Robbie Grossman, but he plays the outfield pretty well as well, so it wouldn't be a bad shout.
He would be a perfect complementary piece to what we have now. Obviously, a switch hitter, veteran, and he's had some years where he did perform really, really well for the Tigers and whatnot. And I'll pop up his stats one more time in case you missed it. Versus left-handing pitching, 320 average within a 879 OPS, which is crazy because against right-handers, awful. But we don't need anyone for right-handers. We have Varsho, we have Kiermaier, particularly Varsho. And quickly, I'll touch on Gregory Soto one more time because I didn't include him on my side of the list, but I've been an avid Gregory Soto fan. I'm gonna pop up his savant here, just to not to highlight the other stuff, but just to highlight the fastball. Obviously, its average velocity is 98 miles per hour. He's in the 98th percentile in fastball velocity, and that's what I'm focusing on here now. He would be a perfect complementary piece to Jordan Romano. He throws absolute gas. He'd probably be more of a seventh inning guy, you'd assume, with Swanson, but that pushes everyone back one or up one, depending on how you want to place him. And we don't have a lefty fireballer, and not many teams have lefty fireballers. They're dime a dozen these days, so it's kind of hard to find him. And I would love to see him on the team.
Yeah, I'd love it, and we don't have a single fireballer. I don't think besides maybe Jordan Romano, but Gregory Soto, he's got some control issues, so I don't think he would be the Jays closer, but could potentially be the closer of the future if they were to go out and get a guy like that. Now, I love that addition. I think he completes our bullpen perfectly, and if we're getting a guy like Gregory Soto and even like a more low profile Robbie Grossman, then we're cooking. We're cooking with grease, and the Jays are going to be ready for opening day.
Yeah, I think those two moves are what we need following this the crazy Daulton Varsho trade, and that's kind of what the video is focusing on because we were going to make one of these before the trade, but now that the trade has happened, it kind of shifts the focus a little bit. We don't need to trade for a Brian Reynolds, though it would be phenomenal still. It's just not realistic at this point, we don't think. So you just need a complementary piece, you need a bullpen, and like you said, Pablo Lopez was a phenomenal pick as well. He would be someone, like we're going in all in now, so trading for him, take a lot of our prospects. I don't know if it would take Ricky Tiedemann, but it would take a lot of our prospects to get Pablo Lopez, and he would be, I don't know, he put us over the top, and that's kind of what we're aiming for now, is moves that put us over the top, and Robbie Grossman, and even the players I mentioned would do that. Andrew Chafin as well. I think the key thing here is we both named one. I think we need another lefty in that bullpen.
Yeah, I agree with that, and another thing that stands out in our list is that these guys have control, like they're controllable guys, like Liam Hendricks for you, Gregory Soto for me, and also
Or free agents.
Pablo Lopez. These guys have control of years left. So that's good. That's another good thing. So it increases the Blue Jays' window to contend as well. So it's not make or break this year. I'm always against going for rentals because I'm worried about them re-signing and staying in Canada. But I like having guys with control, and it reassures us as Jays fans, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm kind of against rentals unless you know you're going all in. But even then, giving up prospects, if you don't win and they leave, it's kind of rough. But that'll wrap up the video. Hopefully you enjoyed this, different style of video. We wanted to bring this one to you right after, I guess, Christmas Day. And I don't know, the support's been unbelievable. Thank you guys so much. And let us know what your thoughts are. And let us know your maybe top 3 wish list players that you want to see the Jays go after. And we'll see you in tomorrow's video.
Thanks.